I recommend SMART very highly. I got involved online because there was no in-person SMART in the area that I was living in, and the online group is extremely viable and helps a lot of people.
Smart Recovery is offering me a new insight in terms of what addiction is, how it's broken apart, the different elements that lead to addiction, and then how to stop the cycle of addiction. And I'm finding it incredibly empowering.
SMART has really been a godsend for me after 8 years of going to other self-help groups and 12-step groups. And coming away dissatisfied and a lot of times relapsing. I was really frustrated and felt like a failure. And then I found SMART, and all kinds of bells and whistles and lights went off. And
what I want to share with you, though, is that I have a wife that is in SMART, and it has made a world of difference in her, given her new hope and new perspective on life, and I just want to say thank you.
Hi. The purpose of this video is to provide you with information about Smart Recovery, a 4-point program which is increasingly being sought out by people desiring to learn more about how to abstain from various forms of addictive behavior. Smart Recovery is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, and we celebrated our 10th anniversary in 2004. Our home office is in Mentor, Ohio, but we conduct weekly meetings throughout North America and in many countries around the world. Our board of directors and our International Advisory Council include counselors, psychologists, and other professionals, together with individuals who have recovered using the Smart Recovery 4-point program. The Smart Recovery program is based on cognitive, behavioral, and educational methods of behavior change. These methods are presented primarily in self-help support groups led by trained volunteer Smart Recovery facilitators. Smart Recovery does not view addiction as a disease. Of course, there is a biological component to addiction, but there are also psychological, social, and situational components. As a psychologist would say, addiction is a biopsychosocial disorder, and that is how Smart Recovery views it. We do not refer to participants as addicts or alcoholics. We do, however, indicate that individuals needing help have an addictive behavior. We teach self-reliance as a cornerstone for overcoming addictive behavior. Individuals seeking help attend local Smart Recovery meetings for as long as the meetings serve a purpose for them. Depending upon the individual, meeting attendance is typically for months or years, but not for a lifetime. And finally, at these weekly meetings, group facilitators promote discussion. This is known as crosstalk. We encourage the sharing of experiences and successes between attendees at every meeting. Attendees share ideas with only one purpose in mind: to help one another. To summarize, the purpose of Smart Recovery is to provide free mutual self-help meetings to individuals desiring to abstain from any type of addictive behavior. There's a strong need for alternative addiction recovery approaches to the more common 12-step programs such as Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, or Narcotics Anonymous, NA. This need for alternative recovery approaches is explained in the following illustration. We are all different. We know this. In fact, people are diverse in many ways, such as gender, race, color, cultural heritage, physical capabilities, sexual orientation, and religion, just to name a few. But there are also additional factors that make us all unique. Elements such as personality, socioeconomic status, temperament, motivation level, core beliefs, the need for social support, and so on. As a result, we are able to develop a clearer picture of just how diverse we all are. In short, we are individuals with different makeup and chemistry, and this equates to quite different needs within each of us. Following this rationale, there are also very diverse ways in which people recover from addictive behavior. For example, the degree to which those with addictive behavior are able to utilize natural recovery does vary significantly. The degree to which individuals will commit to personal involvement goals is also different. Levels of involvement will vary from total abstinence to near abstinence to moderation or to other forms of harm reduction as the person seeks greater safety from addictive behavior. Many, if not most individuals with addictive behavior have a condition referred to as comorbidity. This means that additional significant personal issues typically accompany their specific addictive behavior. Combinations of comorbidity also vary widely from person to person. And to further illustrate the different ways in which people recover, the degree of lifestyle change required to overcome a specific addictive behavior is also quite different between individuals. For some, only minor adjustments are necessary. For others, quite significant changes in lifestyle are required. Now, this is an important concept, so let's join Smart Recovery President Dr. Tom Horvath as he discusses lifestyle change as part of the recovery process.
There is also a range of life transformation required. Some people completely or nearly completely need to change the people, places, and things in their lives in order to get a handle on change. Other people can make very minor changes. I have a client right now who goes back to the bar that he went to every day when he was drinking. He's hanging out there less and less because it's getting more and more boring, but he thought, this is where my friends are, I just can't stop going to this bar right away. So his level of life transformation so far has been relatively low, but for others that transformation needs to be very large and needs to happen immediately.
As you can see from these examples, there is significant diversity in the way people typically recover from addictive behavior. And if we accept and honor the diversity of people as was just presented, then a whole range of recovery approaches needs to be available. No one approach will work for everyone, not even Smart Recovery. Now, let's review some additional compelling aspects of Smart Recovery and why we have grown so rapidly. Smart Recovery's purposes and methods document is concise and clear. In fact, it's a very brief document. It indicates that we utilize the Smart Recovery 4-point program. Briefly stated, our 4-point program stresses the following. Point 1, we enhance motivation utilized by individuals to help overcome their addictive behavior. Point 2, we also help individuals cope with their urges. Now, before reviewing points 3 and 4, let's listen in as Smart Recovery Board member Dr. Joe Gerstein explains the differences between urges and thoughts.
And you can't not think about drinking because the thought may come into your head, drugging, the thought may come into your head. But the first thing to be aware is this is just a thought. You don't have to be guilty about it. You don't have to run to a meeting immediately when you get a thought. It's just a thought. But it's up to you what you do with the thought, whether you work with it, whether you